Building a culture of encounter, assuring our advocacy flows from relationship. The pastoral circle is a powerful framework and tool for guiding our advocacy, which is one form of pastoral work and action. In short, the pastoral circle follows the experience, reflection, action circle, sometimes referred to as the see, judge, act model. This process always begins with the first step of the cycle, experience. Pope Francis offers us an invitation into this experience by building what he calls a culture of encounter. Additionally, the principle of subsidiarity, drawn from Catholic social teaching, suggests that people who are closest to a justice issue should be leading and integrated into the process of creating and determining solutions. All of this is to say that our advocacy must be rooted in relationship, the central focus of the first step of the pastoral circle. In this video, I focus exclusively on the first step of the pastoral circle because of how vital it is to our advocacy work. If you want to learn more about the pastoral circle, you can visit tinyurl.com/pastoral circle. Seeing or experiencing is especially important for communities that are not directly impacted by justice issues, but desire to work in solidarity with communities that are. To ensure that our efforts reflect the needs of the community, it's necessary to constantly create spaces of listening and relationship building. One-to-one meetings are an effective tool for building trust and understanding people's motivations and experiences. They are a significant means by which we build relational power and cultivate belonging. It's not uncommon for advocacy organizations, communities, and parishes to carry out entire one-to-one campaigns, conducting many meetings to hear what the community needs, but also to build connection and interpersonal relationships. Once you've built the relationships within your institution and the larger immediate community, issues will emerge naturally and will also resonate more deeply with the community because they are grounded in people's lived experience. As we begin to get a sense of the problems that the community is facing, intersections with other groups, communities, organizations, and movements will become apparent. At this moment, beginning to connect with advocacy groups focused on similar issues, especially those that are led by people most directly impacted by the issue, allows us to build coalitions and identify our community's role. If this type of campaign is not possible, starting with the experiences of already established parish ministries, especially works of charity, will assure that advocacy issues that you identify are rooted in the experience of the community. You could also host a few listening sessions in the community or review reports and data from the recent Archdiocesan pastoral planning and synodal listening sessions. Relationship-centered work takes time, space, and energy. Finding a time for members of your team to meet with members of impacted communities allows you to learn more about one another's stories, motivations, and work, and creates a generative space for collaboration. This is especially important given the historical prevalence of disempowering approaches to justice work, wherein communities of privilege have imposed solutions on impacted communities with little input from them, which in turn reinforces the very systems of oppression that we seek to subvert. For example, U.S. movements for environmental justice have largely emerged from within and been led by communities of color, who are themselves shouldering the burdens of environmental justice. While broader U.S. environmental and conservation movements have been dominated by white communities and have often failed to consider the experiences of communities of color, even though they bear a disproportionate share of the impacts of climate and environmental degradation. Investing in the first step of the pastoral circle, focused on authentic and deep relationship building, is the most effective way to assure that our advocacy is powerful, effective, and that it ultimately cultivates a culture of encounter resonating deeply with the people of God.